Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's Laura Jane. Thank you for checking in today. I have a faux watercolored look using the artist markers that I wanted to share with you. And it's also using the new Paint a Flower Rose set, which is releasing today. It's a beautiful set with multiple images for you to color with any medium of your choice. I'm going to use the Enchanted Gold pigment ink on 110-pound paper, and also using the artist markers, like I said before, to get a beautiful faux watercolored look. I think this is a pretty easy technique. I think anyone can achieve it, and I hope that my video today will encourage you to give it a try. So the first thing I'm doing is taking the smallest image from the Paint a Flower Rose set. I'm going to ink it up in my Misty using the Enchanted Gold. When I do this technique, I like to start with the dark shade of marker. So the first marker I'm using is R614. This is Purple Wine. I am just going to lay down a little bit of color from R614 into the very deepest parts of each petal where I feel like there would be a shadow. And then next I come in with the R603, which is Puffy Heart. Put that on a little bit higher above the Purple Wine. And then last, using R601, the Rose Quartz artist marker. So I have 3 shades going in here on several of the petals. Now here comes the magic, using the Colorless Blender. I really love this because it corrects so many things as far as mistakes. For here, as you can see, I'm starting to color around, pushing the Colorless Blender, starting from the very tips, down into the dark purple wine color, and it fades it in, blends it out, leaving a hint of color, which I think looks like a watercolor. It is good to walk away and allow that Colorless Blender to dry a bit before you add more color, though. And then you can always add more Colorless Blender to help blend it out and get more of that watercolor look. Okay, and then next I take the greens, again working with a darker shade of green, using G825, the olive, and then the parrot, which is G915, and then last the frayed leaf, which is G702. Again, I'm going to use that same technique, lay down the darkest shades where I think the shadows would be, and then come in with that Colorless Blender and just push that color down towards the shadows. I am only using 2 colors of yellow here. Y608 is Autumn Blaze, and then Y205, Warm Sunshine. Always need to add a little bit of yellow to the project to make a flower happy. In those little blooms, the little blossoms, I grabbed a few of the pink markers from before, the Purple Wine and the Puffy Heart, to add some deeper color in the very darkest shadow parts of the large bloom. For the gray leaves, I'm using TG07, pure graphite, TG05, which is moon rock, and then WG03, evening gray. Once I thought the coloring was finished, I took the Create a Wreath oval die to cut out the rose and give me a frame. And I wanted to add some color to that using the markers. I'm using the purples and pinks that I used in the rose. Now I'm just adding that color randomly, kind of flicking on the color, starting with the purple wine, then puffy heart, and rose quartz. As you can see on this, I am coloring on the stamping mat from Altenew. When I'm flicking color onto that frame, some of the color is getting on the mat. Well, I could take the Colorless Blender to pick up that color and then move it to my paper. So you can see I'm just moving that color to the frame. So I don't feel like anything's wasted. I'm flicking it on. Onto the frame itself, and then picking up that marker color from the mat and then moving it back onto the frame. Another bonus of that stamping mat, which I use all the time. And then coming back in with some dots. Now that I'm happy with all of my coloring on the rose and then the frame, I wanted to create a background, again using that same smaller paint a flower image. And I'm just inking up a card front using the Enchanted Gold and just stamping that several times around for a pretty background. Then I'm going to use the tape runner from Altenew to place my frame and finished rose oval on top. I encourage you to check out the blog hop that is going on right now, celebrating the release of the newest Paint a Flower set. And there are so many beautiful samples for you from the design team and guests. I will leave the link to the blog hop in the description box below so you can go and check that out. I wish you a beautiful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.